What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back into the video on the channel, and today is Cuban food. This restaurant is known as Cuban Eddie's. It is located in Dumont, New Jersey. Upon research, there were a couple more locations. One was, I believe, in Rivervale, New Jersey. I don't remember the other one off the top of my head, but it is a place that does Cuban food, but they did a few things that were different. So when I saw this menu, I was like, yo, I have to try this. It looks way too interesting. It has a 4.1 on Google and a 3.8 on Yelp. I've had Cuban food before, which I really like, but this thing in the middle is the big reason why I went there. It's a burrito, and a Cuban burrito. As always, drop a thumbs up. You guys know the vibes, but I'm not going to hold you. We're going to get straight into this. We're going to start off with this Cuban burrito. Now, the difference with this, okay, first things first, this costs $9 for this. $8.95. Couldn't believe it. And I didn't know how big the burrito was going to be until it actually showed up, and I opened this. There's no way this is not, there's no way that this burrito is $9. $9 for this is crazy. Man, that's just, and in Dumont at that, this might be up there as long as it is good with one of the biggest bang for your bucks things that I could see. I'm gonna cut this bad boy open so we can see the middle. This way I can tell you what's inside. I double checked, this burrito was $8.49, not $8.95, so that's my mistake, but that's an even better of mistake. This burrito has pernil, and then it has sour cream, cheese. You have the option of plantains or not. I didn't get them. Rice and beans, and you have any kind of rice and beans you can get. I got the white rice with the black beans, a flour or wheat tortilla. If this is even halfway decent, I'm gonna be like, holy crap. Because again, it's a big burrito. There's the pernil over here, so I'm gonna bite on this side. I just bit the whole thing of cheese. It's on like one side. The biggest thing to this, as opposed to what people are used to with a burrito, it's stuffed with the food that I can taste as Cuban ingredients, so it doesn't just taste like a normal burrito, it's different. The best part of this, for real, is the mix of the cheese with the rice and beans. Let me try this pernil by itself. Here we go. So there's a big piece. Let me just try this. The biggest thing for me is all the pernil I've ever eaten has been Dominican. And this doesn't taste Dominican, so it doesn't taste right to me, but right is not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different than what I'm used to. I would honestly, for $9, give me two of these. That'd be like a meal. They have so many different options. I would probably pick something different than the pernil, but the rice and beans, the cheese, the sour cream are all really good. The pernil is what's lacking to me. This particular one I give a 7.5 to, but I think if I picked a different protein, I would like it even more. For $9, $8.50. You really can. That is an amazing value for taste and everything. But now we're gonna move on to the 3 appetizers that I got. This is chicharrones or pork belly when it comes with a garlic sauce. Now, opening this up, it kind of just resembles like butter on the top, but it's like an oil, but there's definitely like a mojo, or I can't quite put my finger on what exactly it is, but the smell is really garlicky. But you're supposed to dip the chicharron in there. I don't even know I can get the damn thing in. Personal problem. So the garlic sauce, it says it's a house mojito garlic sauce. It has a very lime garlic flavor, which personally, it works well with this pork belly. Now, the best part about this to me, I'm trying to eat more of that because it's dangerous. Sometimes I get pork belly and it's overcooked to the point that it's no longer tender. And I haven't dealt with that with this. A lot of times you eat this and you can't bite it apart like that. So, this is good. It's nice. The house sauce, I don't know if everyone's going to like it. Just try to deal with the flavor profile that I said. Garlic and lime. Very strong. Would I get this again? Yes. But I think you could probably find something better, in my opinion. If you like pork belly and that garlic and lime, you'll really like it. I like it, but I think there should be something to cut through, like that really fatty taste. And I feel like there could be something even more if you added a different kind of sauce. But I think it's good. I just think that I could probably get, even on their own menu, it tastes like exactly what I ordered, so it's not on them. That's just me trying different things. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have an empanada. This has quickly become one of my favorite empanada flavors, and it might shock you, but you have to try this. It's different if you've never had it. This is a guava and cheese empanada. Now, I know it sounds strange, but it works really well inside of these. It just all depends on if they execute this well. This is a pretty large empanada. Normally, these are smaller, which is good. Again, everything seems priced really well. This costs $2.25, and I'm not mad at that at all. This is such an underrated flavor. I don't even eat guavas, but you can see the cheese is like a cream cheese. And then there's the guava sitting over here. So, oh, it's dripping. You're just going to drip on me, huh? I'm not saying nothing. The cream cheese is cream cheesing. A little sweet. It's almost like a cheesecake. Warm in an empanada. I love these. Okay, hold on. Put it down. That one's way up there. It's almost like if you ever had the McDonald's pie, what they attempt to do, but it's a McDonald's pie, they don't do it as well because it's homemade. That's a way, way, way better version of it. My God, I could order about 9 of those. I'll give that a 9 out of 10. That's fantastic. And I also got a tamale. Now, this costs $3.50, and it's got the corn husk. I don't know what's in it because I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to learn that together. They also put some hot sauce on there, so I'm guessing that's like the suggestion is to try it with some hot sauce. Tamales for me are very hit or miss, but I was on Twitch stream yesterday, and I got told that one of the viewers, I know you probably watching, man, so what's good? He said he was looking for a good tamale. I said, I'll start ordering more. No problem. That's what we did. All right, so you got the husk and the other husk. I can't even get to this. They wrap this thing up tight. That's good, though. That means they know how to do what they do. No issue there. All right, so there it is. We got the tamale in the husk. I'm going to just wrap this out. Y'all going to be mad if I just fist this thing and just eat it? I won't, because I'm going to put the hot sauce on it. I'm going to do it right. The hot sauce was in that container when it was there, so I'm guessing they're telling you, you know, do it with the hot sauce. They didn't say anything to me, but this is just me trying to take an educated chef's suggestion guess. Let's go in. I'm going to grab it from the middle. I know somebody going to say something. Okay, so I don't know what's in here. Let me see. It looks like, I mean, there's not much. This is the, I'm just going to grab this with my hand. This is the amount of, like, meat that's in there. There's really not much at all, so it might just be, like, the corn husk. And I got it from the middle, so. Honestly, hold on. I wish there was more, like, I know they said there was some kind of meat in here. There really isn't. It's just the meat tastes like it's supposed to be maybe pork. But again, there's just not like a whole lot in there for whatever reason. But the corn part is pretty good. It's not dry at all. And sometimes with tamales, you get really, really dry. It's a little sweet. I think a little more pork would have balanced this out, made that sweet salty. But with the spicy, it's pretty good. I like this. I would order this again. Why not? A little different than the ones I've had, like the Mexican version. But nonetheless, still interesting and flavorful. 8 out of 10. I keep trying to pick at everything. Put it away. Put it away. There we go. So now we are on to our 2 entrees. I'm going to start with what my favorite Cuban dish is. It's the national Cuban dish. It is known as Ropa Vieja. It is shredded beef cooked for a very long time in like a red sauce with peppers and onions. Ropa Vieja literally means old clothes. And when it's done right, it's unbelievable. Just the amount of flavors and how simple of a dish this is. Now, it comes with 2 sides. You always get to pick rice and beans. So I got the red beans, which are in here. and then the white rice, because I got the black with the other one over here. So I wanted to get all of them. So I'm just going to try this on its own, but you got to mix it all with the rice. I just want to see what it, yeah, see how, this is why they call it ropa vieja. See how it's kind of just, it looks like old, like wet laundry kind of thing. It don't taste like old wet laundry, but that's where it comes from. Okay. I see where you're going with that. I've been to like 7 Cuban restaurants since I've been doing this. I have yet to find one that makes like bad ropa vieja. So I'm gonna get this in here with this white. I want to try the white rice. Let's see, just make sure this isn't just. Nope. Okay. They put some love in there. One of my tests. This is just a personal thing. Doesn't make me professional. When I go to these type of restaurants, I will always try the white rice. I don't know why I keep saying twy. I will always try the white rice. And it has to have a little, like, you gotta cook it in the stock. It doesn't just taste like steamed rice. That's the difference with a lot of like Latin, Hispanic type of dishes. The rice is always good by itself. Whereas some places just steam the rice and then the flavor comes from everything else. With like a Spanish place, oh, it looks like there's chunks of like pork in here or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe that could be a, I don't know. We're gonna find out though. Okay, so this is much better. See that? That's what you want. That's what you want. That's a pepper right there. I don't know if people can see that. Maybe my resolution on the camera isn't great. This big container with this rice and this beans costs $12. This is the dinner plate. The lunch plate is $9. Again, the food is very, very affordable. Yeah, I'll get used to this. With the red beans, a little bit of that bean juice. The best part's the ropa vieja on the rice. Let me try these beans by itself. They're, of the ones I've had so far, it's like somewhere in the middle of the pack. But everything else is just like, I've yet to have bad ropa vieja. Look at this. I'm sorry. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I didn't notice that the beef was so, my bad, unbecoming. But very good. As you can see, I'm sorry. I'll put it one. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. It isn't the best one I've had, but I've still yet to have a bad one. Yeah, and for the prices, I'm okay with this. And then finally, we have an order of their roasted chicken. It was a very popular item on their menu, and it comes with moro. Moro is black beans with white rice. Sometimes they cook it together, so it'll just come like this. I have seen it separately in certain places, but most of the time it'll come cooked and mixed together like this. So I'm gonna try this chicken. This chicken looks seasoned pretty well too. Big old drumsticks like that. You know I like me a drumstick, but this looks nice and roasted. This I like. You give me a simple dish like roasted chicken and you just season it up well and make sure it's not like dry but still nice and moist. Like this right here to me is flavor. All that seasoning in the char, I just bit. Sorry, excuse me. When you eat chicken drumsticks, I got a bag over here, like a cartilage. I just bit it. That's normal. But the flavor on this is fantastic. I want to try it with the moro and this. Let me get the... I guess I'm just a simple person. Stuff like this is like, it just reminds me of home cooked food, where it's nothing fancy. It's just seasoned well and cooked well. This is like right up my wheelhouse. Being perfectly honest, before I started doing this, like making and eating food like this all the time, if I was going to a restaurant, like a little mom and pop place like this, I order stuff like this almost 90% of the time. Like, it costs $9. You get 3 drumsticks, some rice and beans, And it's just simple and it's just delicious. It's seasoned well. This is 100% a preference thing, but for me, this is the best thing I've had here, and I wasn't expecting that. It's just simple and done right. I love that. I'll eat drumsticks all day. All right, one more bite. Sorry. Let me just get with you. We're going to have to chill for a little bit and eat some rice and beans a little bit. Give me a second. I dropped a bean. 9.1 out of 10. It's my favorite thing I've had here so far. Sugar-free lemonade. Okay. That here. I do have a topic today. It really was coming from the comment section yesterday. And the video I had at this point will be 2 days ago. I was talking about my usage of the term mid, which is where this comes from. I'm just going to tie it in because it's where this topic came up in my head. I understand that some people look at mid as a negative thing, but what it started as was average. The problem in today's society, and I said this in the comment I replied to, is we associate being average with like less than. Average, if you call somebody average or basic, which is just another terminology for average, everyone's doing it, it's almost looked at as a negative thing. Like it's frowned upon to be average in this society. And social media has had a big hand in that because you're looking at everyone else's lives and you're comparing. And there's an old saying that goes, comparison is the thief of joy. I believe that because when I start comparing myself to other people, yeah, it's natural to be like, well, I don't have that. Maybe I'm not doing good enough. I'm not doing well enough in life because someone XYZ has this. But I think people need to understand being called average, being called normal shouldn't be a bad thing. But I understand where people are coming from. There always has to be an average. No matter where we are in a society, if you take 1,000 people, most people are going to fall under the average, the midpoint, which is where statistics come from. There's always going to be an average. It's not a bad... To me, being below average in this society as an adult means you can't take care of yourself if you're, you know, from a like work standpoint. Some people look at like people that work 9 to 5s as bad because you have a job. And I don't believe you should ever look at things like that. There's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. Like you're making a living. Like that's what you're supposed to do. If you were sitting at home and you were able-bodied and you were doing nothing, that should be more frowned upon to the point that like you should get off and work. But if you're working, I wouldn't let people get in your head by saying that I get that people are using the thing as mid, but to me, trash is bad, mid is mid, and then obviously there's people that are above average, etc. But most of us, like, we're all normal people. There's nothing wrong with being normal. And don't look at your life as you failed if you are doing normal things. Like working, paying your bills. That's normal. I do that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But everybody looks at it like if you're not a millionaire when you're 22 years old, you should be, like, ashamed of yourself. One, you have plenty of time. Two, not everyone in the world is going to be a millionaire or has to be happy. There's a lot of depressed millionaires out there. So don't look at it as if you're not saving the world that you didn't accomplish anything. There's plenty of ways to leave a legacy in this world, and not all of them have to do with financial achievements. You can leave a legacy by having children. You can leave a legacy by building something. You can leave a legacy by just contributing to society. That's still a legacy. At the end of the day, you may not remember names. Names usually fade unless you're one of like 3 people ever. You know? How many people have come and gone in this world, and how many names have stood the test of time? It's very rare. So you can't look at it that way. But if the people who helped build the pyramids like that, they're still a part of history. Like, even if they came back today and they saw the pyramid still sitting there, they'd be like, yo, I built that. That's crazy. It's been here all this time. It's still a legacy. And even if you just did something, if you help someone do something, you never know. So I think that we need to, as a people, get away from this social media stuff. Like, people on social media need to be more real about the fact that I don't care who you are, you go through stuff and your life ain't perfect and your relationship ain't perfect and you're not just spending money like water and you go through stressful situations just like everybody else. So don't believe the hype. When you see somebody whose life looks absolutely perfect, it's not. They're just showing you the highlight tape. Just understand that. And as a former athlete, almost every former athlete looks good on the highlight tape. Show me the game tape. Show me the whole game. Don't just show me the top 5 plays. Everybody look good on those. So don't beat yourself up over it because you're not insanely shredded or insanely rich or insanely tall or insanely societally beautiful. Like, that's not that's not normal. It's not. And even those people that you're looking at with either jealousy or envy, which are two different things. Jealousy is wishing that you had something that they had. Envy is wishing you took theirs. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can be jealous of something without being envious. Envious is when you wish harm on that person because they have something you don't. But like, if you're not a millionaire and you see a millionaire, like, damn, I'm jealous. Or if somebody's that's normal. That jealousy should make you work harder. Envy will make you try to take it from them, which is corny. But anyway, don't just understand that no matter who it is, we all go through it. And even if they don't show you it, they go through it too. No matter who you are. It's not easy being LeBron James. I don't think so. Like, he's I don't think most people can handle the amount of criticism that he gets. The amount his life is nitpicked. You know, his children's lives are nitpicked. His wife at this point is nitpicked. It's not for everybody. But, you know, there's only one of him. Not everybody who played. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. So just at the end of the day, I know people might take mid as an insult, or even when you're talking about food, it's mid, but my definition of it and what it originally went to, just again, now mid is looked at as bad because you're below average, but you're not. Just because you're not making 6 figures doesn't mean you're a failure. It don't work that way. Plenty of people have lived happy, productive lives not making 6 figures. You know what the statistics in the U.S. is for people who make 6 figures? Total. 18%. That's crazy. So that can't be the average. And if everybody made 6 figures, then we would only look at people who make 7 figures as anything. But at the end of the day, just do what you can, do the best you can, have good habits, and things will fall into place. And I know there's a lot of younger people that think their lives are supposed to be figured out at like 20, 25, 30. It ain't. I know plenty of people that are, you know, still figuring it out, and they're like, they got grown kids. You understand what I'm saying? You should never stop figuring it out. It's never going to just be laid for like a silver platter for you. So I just wanted to say that, man, because I saw a lot of people talking in the comments about being like, I thought mid was... It is. It kind of is. And I understand that my version of it may not be what other people's are. So it's just the negative part because, again, being average is like not good enough anymore, which is crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand that. Like, average is fine. Basic is fine. We all like the same stuff for the most part. That's why we're all watching the same video. We all like food. Kind of basic, isn't it? But I just wanted to say that, man. I hope this message finds everybody well. I hope 2024 has been going well for you. And I wish you nothing but happiness. I won't bite this chicken. This chicken. That's protein. Cuban Eddie's is a nice spot. It's decent food for a good price. I love that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some of the stuff, this chicken fire, bro. It's exceptional. And some of the stuff is not mid. It's good. Anyway, that's me to end the video. I'll knock over. This is salt and pepper. Anyway, I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.